Good to see you all. Let's just pray together.
So we just want to remind all of you that please make sure you've made a note of all the scriptures that we've gone through, the ones for Bible quiz, the ones we've gone through in Bible Corner, because they will definitely be coming up in the Bible quiz. Download the right software, sign up to Soundtrap, join Google Classroom.
Last week, we talked about the HTML. We also talked about the full meaning of HTML. When you put in your code, you need to start your HTML code by inputting the doc type. We actually stopped on this note where we started creating the div class and also the name for each of those classes. Now, the idea was, like I told you in our previous class, to be able to reference those div class in our CSS section. Now, I told us previously that this canvas, it's like a background where all other divs will be actually implemented on. What does the external CSS look like? So on the internal CSS, you create the style tag. So it is written inside the style tag. So you need to create a style tag and put your codes inside the style tag.
We talked about adding world to our project. We should all know how to do that by now. Those are the things we did. We talked about adjusting the world.
This is what we talked about last week. This is what you see. In the editors area, we put all this code together for it to run in the world window. What we did first was we set the opacity of all those things that we wanted to be invisible for the time being. We set them all to 0.
We're talking about songs in the Bible this session. And last week, we learned how these songs that the Bible teaches us are actually really important because they help us to keep our eyes on Jesus. As you can see, the world is going through a very difficult time. There's a lot of things going on. A song has words and a song has music and sounds to it. We want to focus on a few things. Not only do songs have words or music or sound, they also have a purpose. He has to allow sometimes the punishment that comes from the sin we committed to come to us. You could have turned your back on God and you're still saying, oh, I'm a Christian. And then when they play a song in church, you're like, lifting up holy hands. But in your heart, you're so far from God. Just say, God, I love you. I acknowledge that you are here with me. Even though this person is trying to bully me, whatever you're facing at school, just say to God, Lord, I love you. I worship you. I know you are here with me. Wherever I am, you are here.
And back in the music corner again this week. It's good to have you all. The key signature of a song is usually the last note, which the key signature is related to, is usually the last note of the song. We talked about song composition, how songs are arranged. We talked about that as well. And we are going to try and finish off composing the song that we are working on, whether you want to use the keyboard, whichever way you're going to do it. The bridge is not usually sounding just like the verses. The bridge might have a slight different feel to it. So let's bear that in mind when we start to put together the bridge.
You need to read these scriptures. This one would even be more intense because now we're not studying whole books. We're just studying different chapters. And if you don't read it, you won't get it. We're going to be picking out of all these questions to formulate the questions for the Mega Bible Quiz as well. So please take them seriously.